Before we get into the 47 to 52 reasons why Aaron Rodgers will still be the Packers quarterback in 2022, and Jordan Love will just be a nice, handsome, tall gentleman standing on the Packers sidelines.
Yep, that's where he should be.
We must,
a couple years.
Yes, we must get into Matt LaFleur. LaFleur the liar. LaFleur the liar. And Brown pointed this out last week in this exchange we had leading up to the show, and it was frantic and furious, and I missed out. You know, he was like going to this virtual campfire, and he was going to be on, and then he's like, he was going to join our show last week, and then all of a sudden he's like, I don't know, I can't do it. We're kind of distracted here. We're like social distancing, but we're drinking, but we're, you know, there's a fire somewhere around, and then we're talking, and I don't know if we better not do it.
It's Eckes' fault. It's Eckes' fault.
It's always Eckes' fault. Whenever you have Eckes there, it's going to be his fault.
Exactly.
But beside that, anyway, I missed this little one-liner Browner put in there, which was that Matt LaFleur is a liar. And I was like, what is he talking about? So I looked it up. And Matt LaFleur was on the Wilde and Tausch radio show. I think it was Friday. It was like a Friday during the morning kind of a gig, right? And so what happened was Matt LaFleur made some very interesting statements. Very confusing. We're very confused. So I have quotes. I wrote these down as well. These are quotes. I will give them to you. And then I want some reactions. So here's Matt LaFleur on Wilde and Tausch about the selection of Jordan Love. He says, it was just one of those situations where there were a couple of guys targeted that had just previously been picked, and Jordan was the next guy on the board. So we went with the best player at the time. He said that. I'm assuming with a straight face, but it was on freaking radio, so I don't know. But what the hell? I'm sorry. Jordan was the next guy on the board at pick 30, maybe.
Liar. That's what prompted my liar comment, was that quote right there. Liar.
Now listen.
I didn't hear what Wilde and Tausch said, but yeah, go ahead.
We have a guy here in Mo who just recently, finally, after 7 weeks or whatever it's been, that the nation has witnessed Browner laughing at me and my brother and Eckes have heart attacks over the Jordan Love pick, and then Browner's sitting there laughing. And then all the people are like, I like that guy with the goatee. He actually is enjoying his friend's pain. And that made me sad. But anyways, it's true when you watch it back. And Mo just watched it today. Mo, do you think that LaFleur could have possibly just lied to us after watching the reactions that we had on that video today?
Whether you call it a lie or blowing smoke or whatever version of that you'd like to call it. Yeah, I do. Mostly because I heard quite a few rumors that the Packers were trying to trade up to the Vikings slot to take him. So it's not like someone just magically went off the board. And who wants to trade so badly they would want to trade with their own division rival in the first round? But anyway, so yeah, I do. And I'd like to comment on that video a little bit, because I was surprised by how quiet you guys were at first. It was like this silent shock that you had when Jordan Love was announced, that was slowly broken by Ben just completely blowing stop. I couldn't stop laughing.
That's why I was laughing.
It just, and then the best part was that you guys were trying to convey your emotions without using any expletives, which
that was hard. That was so hard.
I appreciated it, but I could see the struggle, which probably just made the frustration even worse. But so it was a beautiful, beautiful disaster, I have to say. And I did laugh quite a bit. So thank you for that.
All right. Here's another Matt LaFleur lie, because I got to get onto this other stuff. Anyway, hey, I forgot all about this. It's Brews and Bros. Tell us what you're drinking. Rick Dahl's here. Rick said he already ranted about that one. He's drinking Kolsch, by the way. Thank you, Rick. Mom and Dad don't have any brews. You got Anna P Brewery right down the street, Mom and Dad.
It's a really good brewery. It's really good.
Head over to the garage.
That's my brew.
Head over to the garage. What do you got, Ben?
Coca-Cola.
Coke. Oh, I got to say one thing.
Brown or two? Well, okay. All right.
Wait, Browner, what do you got?
Browner's drinking something.
This is just brandy 7-Up tonight.
Ooh.
Hey.
All right. Very nice. Okay, Ben, you're up.
The only thing I have to say is last time when Mo was on a couple weeks ago, I had a handy Smurf glass, and I was incorrect. I said it was from 1987. I washed it. And when I washed it, I realized that it had 1983. So that was an incorrect statement by me.
Impressive.
I am now correcting my former incorrect statement to say that particular Hardee's Smurf glass with Handy Smurf on it was actually from 1983, not from 1987, just in case anybody got mad about that.
I'm gonna say
Well,
that
you know,
had
on the
to,
internet-
that had to have come from Hardee's.
It's worth
Oh, it
even
did.
more now. It's worth tons now.
Now,
It's 4 more years. That's like what? 4
That's
more
right.
cents, right? 4 more cents.
Now I have to say this. I appreciate Ben's integrity. See, and that's what you get from Hafeman Brothers, and that's why you should subscribe to our channel and our show and watch and like and do all this stuff. Because all these other goofballs and crazy clowns that make all these statements on, especially sports radio, but plenty of other places, media outlets that are out there, they just say stuff. They don't ever come back and fix it or correct it or say when they were wrong. They don't even like to admit what they were wrong. Just like last week when I vented about Colin Cowherd saying he'd rather have Mark Sanchez as his quarterback than Aaron Rodgers at one point, and I wanted to throw my radio out the window. Anyway, you know what? I screwed up. I jumped into this LaFleur thing, so I'm going to finish LaFleur's the liar. Then we have to say something cool about our Packers because we're very proud of them. And then we'll get into the 47 to 52 reasons why Aaron Rodgers still be the Packers quarterback after 2022. All right. Matt LaFleur then said in the same interview, may have been drinking. Maybe he had some drinks before this morning interview. I don't know. He said, this is very confusing. Very confusing. One area we really need to improve on is creating more explosive plays. We were pretty efficient, but 23rd in explosive plays. Now, he did go on.
What? Wait a minute.
No,
Efficient yet 23rd? How is that efficient?
No. He claims the Packers were efficient offensively, but they just didn't have the explosive plays because they were way down 23rd in the league in explosive plays. Now, he did go on and like try to take a little of the blame for saying it starts with play calling and some of that stuff. But then he said we need to take a few more chances to help generate those plays down the field.
Not when
Please?
you draft an H-back tight end and a fullback, pretty much.
Who is going down the field?
Well, one of those receivers in the deepest wide receiver draft in the history of the NFL that you could have taken in one of the 7 rounds that you didn't draft.
Listen,
one.
Viking fan.
A one.
Not one. I was
Not
surprised.
one.
Nope.
Listen, we didn't draft Treadwell. We didn't draft Williamson.
Good move.
Whoa.
Good moves.
Hang
Smart
on.
move.
Don't even listen,
Hold
Viking
on.
guy.
No,
All I
that's
can
right.
say is this.
Fair
Listen.
point. Fair point.
I put a video today on Facebook about Alan Lazard. I found it online about this guy talking about
I
Alan
like
Lazard.
him. I like
it was
Lazard.
awesome. You should
I
go
watched
watch
it.
it. It's on my Facebook page. Talks about Alan Lazard and how he got, he was a #1 recruit. And then he went and he got a bunch of offers from a bunch of big name schools. But he promised in his sophomore year of high school that he was going to go to Iowa State because that's where his dad went. And then he was like, you know what? I'm going to Iowa State. So I went to Iowa State, which was a stinky team. But he wasn't, so he wasn't as big, highly recruited as everybody else. Then
But
he
he
thought
went-
he was going to go on the first day. Yeah, sorry. But you should
Hey,
watch that video.
no,
It's
no, I
great.
got one-
That's the guy.
Hold on.
That's the guy.
I got one question. First of all, Alan Lazard doesn't have necessarily the speed to go down the field, first of all. Secondly, did Alan Lazard, during the course of that video, mention Jason Wiegand at all? Because
No.
Jason Wiegand
Jason-
is with like his #1 fan
Well, yeah.
who lives in Iowa. And I think he teaches or he's on the faculty at Iowa State. I don't know. Wiegand, if you're out there, correct me. I don't know what anyway, he loves Lazard. He's loved him, said he was going to be awesome and thinks he is going to continue to be awesome. And we do too. Now, Eric said he just checked it out. A set of 5 Smurf glasses from 1983 available on eBay for $8.
Dang it. I don't even
And-
have all 5. I think I've only got like 3.
So
Hang on. I'll go check. I'll be back, guys. You just keep talking. I'll see what I got.
Eric thinks, all right, Ben's going to look into that. Eric thinks it's not that big of a deal. Rick thinks it's not that big of a deal. The Packers can still move the ball efficiently without any big plays, which I agree. However, when your coach says, and he harped on it all through the whole season, big plays, we need more big plays. He said it all the time. LaFleur calls them explosives or explosive plays. Not big plays, sorry. Explosive plays down the field. But he said it all the time. And if this is your a big thing you're bringing up in this interview, one area we really need to improve on is creating more explosive plays. If you are that concerned about that and you know you have nobody on the roster that can give you explosive plays and you're willing to move up, trade and move up, then why wouldn't you go after one of the really speedy guys like Ruggs or someone like that and make sure that you got him? Because I'm telling you guys this, I spent a little time looking at tape on Tyreek Hill this week. Everybody loves Patrick Mahomes is so great, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Tyreek Hill is freaking wide open all the time because nobody can cover him. Because the guys are playing off 5 yards. He makes a move and he still gets past them deep. The guy is insanely fast. So it doesn't even have to be a big guy. If the guy's crazy fast and you want explosive plays, you get a crazy fast guy that's also shifty. And Ruggs seemed to be that guy. Ben talked about Ruggs all the time.
Yep,
so,
I like him.
Answer me that. If you were so willing, and this is a big crucial point, why didn't you do something like that instead of a guy that's going to sit on your bench for hopefully 6 years?
So I don't know if he's Tyreek Hill, but I think a guy we need to keep our eyes on this year. And I'm sorry, I've watched spottingly the last couple of weeks, but Equanimous St. Brown was hurt last year, and they talked that year prior and even in preseason last year about his potential for a potential big play down the field. They liked how smart he was, and that he could kind of be that guy that maybe Rodgers trusted, like he used to trust Jordy because of how smart he was. So I'm not saying he's going to make a huge difference this year. I mean, I hope he does, but if he comes back healthy and is smart, like they say, and came in with some decent speed from Notre Dame, maybe they see him adding to already Devontae and Lazard to be that third guy that can help stretch the field. Just a thought.
I don't know. I hope he can be productive. I don't know that he's fast enough for that. But again, it's about the matchups, right? So if a lot of teams are playing man, and teams are going to roll coverage to Devontae Adams, you're going to get other guys singled up. If you get other guys singled up, can they be fast enough to beat the third or fourth corner on the other team? Okay, well then it could work. But those are just
I have one
perplexing statements. Go ahead, Eric.
What, just as an outsider, because the only way you don't take a wide receiver and a draft so deep in wide receiver is if you're really, really comfortable with what you have, or at least that's your belief, right? As the GM, right? So like Browner said, maybe needs to get a guy healthy who we think they can do that. But right now, from my perspective, you got the only person I'm worried about beating me deep is Devontae Adams. So you're going to roll a safety over the top of him almost all the time. So someone else has to beat him. And then you have this running game, right? You have a great running game. You have a great running back. I don't see and maybe this is just my perception, but I don't see a lot of play action where you can bring up a safety into the box. That there should be plenty of opportunity for single coverage to get that explosive play that he's referring to. The question is, who's going to do it? Because it's not going to be Devontae Adams, because any smart defensive coordinator is going to bracket him, right? So someone else has to beat. They're going to make someone else beat you. You're going to make him play left-handed, assuming you're right-handed, and make someone else beat you. So you must believe that someone like that is on your roster already, because you didn't draft anybody else and you didn't sign anybody else. So there must be somebody that they believe in, right?
I have the answer. I know stuff. Here it is. Browner was onto something. He was onto something. A guy who got hurt last year and was out a lot, but he's coming back to big plays. He was onto something. He just had the wrong guy's name. Who's the guy that killed us twice? Well, at least once. The second time didn't have to even get the ball because they were just running all over us. George Kittle. Our George Kittle is going to be Jay Sternberger. And you know why it's going to work? Because they drafted Dylan. You know why they drafted Dylan? They're going to do some play action. And not only are they going to do some play action, good old Jay Sternberger is going to do a classic George Kittle. I'm going to pretend like I'm going to block you, and then I'm going to run like a crazy man, super deep, and no one's going to know what's up. He's going to be wide open. You got one of the best play action quarterbacks in the NFL, Aaron Rodgers. They're going to bite that crap. Everybody is. Next thing you know, boom, Jay Sternberger. Jay Sternberger is going to do some stuff this year. The other thing, remember that Giants game from last year? Alan Lazard had 2 huge gains against play action passes from Aaron Rodgers. Alan Lazard, and also St. Brown. They're kind of the same guy. So that's why I don't know if St. Brown is going to be able to crack a lot of playing time when Alan Lazard and him are very similar. And I think Lazard's got a little bit more trust with Rodgers at this point, especially in LaFleur's system, because St. Brown looked good in McCarthy's system, but he's not there anymore. So I don't know. But either one of those guys, they're very similar. They're tall, they're pretty decent. They both have really good hands, and they're both really smart. So I'm very happy about that. The other thing, unfortunately, all I have besides a handy is a Baker Smurf glass. So I don't have all 5. I only have 2. But I have other thing. It's really great. Are you ready for this, Mo? You're going to love this. Mo, I know, is going to love this. All right. I think it was Burger King. Burger King did these. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Oh my God. Oh my God. Here we go.
I'm just putting it on you right now. Let's see it.
Frodo Baggins goblet in the box. The goblet looked like this. I still in here. I don't know if the light works because there's a little light. It would light up. And whatever drink you put in would light up. Frodo Baggins. Hang on. Strider, also known as Aragorn.
Nice.
Still in the box. Hang on.
Oh,
Gandalf.
Oh, yeah.
Still in the box. Are you ready? Here's my own personal favorite. Because
can you look those up for us, Rick?
I like beautiful ladies. Arwen.
Oh, there you go.
In the box. That's right, baby. These things have got to be worth at least $8 a piece in the box.
I'm sure Rick will look that up for us, I'm sure.
And if anybody, hey,
all 4 for $9.95 on eBay.
Hey, just so you know, I have 3 Striders. So if somebody wants a Strider, because those
I want one.
And I got 1 extra Frodo.
I'll take a Frodo too.
The Gandalf and the Arwen, I only got 1. So you're not getting those, Mo. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, man.
I know Mo's a big Lord of the Rings fan like me, so I just had to I just was looking at my glasses and I'm like, yeah. And you should see the stuff Jesse has. Holy mackerel! He's got
all right.
Star
Hold on.
Trek glasses, Star Wars glasses.
I'm taking control. I'm taking this back over again. Okay, we got it.
Okay. I'm sorry.
We got it.
Okay.
All right.